Living in harmony is possible if you know your emotions and how to handle them. Dr. Carmen Roman will share with you in an engaging way the current psychology by sharing herself or interviewing experts who will inspire you. Learn how to live a life of fullness and how to recover your emotional harmony with Dr. Roman. Welcome to Emotions in Harmony.
Hello, my dear friends of Emotions in Harmony. This is one more episode of the podcast, Emotions in Harmony, and now the video, the Facebook Live video, Emotions in Harmony, simultaneously. Yes. So if you are in audio in your podcast and you wonder how it looks in video and you want to see my beautiful flowers from the garden, you can just go and click in the link in the show notes and get to the Facebook Live video or vice versa. If you are in the video, you want to go to the audio, just go and find the website emotionsinharmony.com. And today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, about admiration, trust, and acceptance in a relationship. As a couples therapy, my passion is couples to get healthier and happy in a relationship. And of course, to explore what they are going through and to find together their mission and have fun and everything. So that's my goal in my job. And I want to share to you with the excuse that is the February 14th, the Valentine's Day. I want to show you we are going to talk about the characteristics of the couples that last. I put a list of characteristics that I think, in my experience of these years, that are couples who go through different seasons in their life as in their partnership. Because it's very nice to be a couple and to be a nice couple when you are in the good times of life and good health and good finances and everything. Is very nice. And it's extremely nice to be a good couple when you are going through challenging times. So I put together that list. So also, what are conversations that can balance your relationship and can help you to live harmoniously? So I am going to talk about that. I am going to share to you with the 7 steps that the Gottman Institute shared with us about having an enriching conversation. I'm going to talk about acceptance and what is the social etiquette of a healthy couple. What are the best social mannerisms that we can have? And I'm going to talk to you about admiration, how we can foster admiration or that sense of awe for each other in the relationship, even if many years pass. So stay with me. Before we start with the topic, I want to show you a website of my friend, Dr. Sally Nassari. And let me see. But this is very nice. Look at her website. This is Dr. Sally Nassari. She offers clinical psychological services and she has a wonderful podcast. She has a blog also as well. So you can see all the topics. You may hear from her in previous of my episodes because I base my topic on insomnia on her episode. So you heard from her before probably. But look at this. She's talking about what is psychotherapy, what is Reiki, what does mean group therapy, mindfulness, looking at trauma. She has several topics that I really love to listen. So go and take a look. This is the month of every week I will be sharing with you the podcast that I like to listen. And hopefully that you go and take a look and see and just make a nice box tool for you to live better and happier. Let me show you what are her media contributions. She has been featured in the Psych Central, in the goodtherapy.org, in the Digital Journal. Hopefully one day we can have her in the podcast here. You can see all of these contributions if you go to her website, drsallynassari.com with C. Sally Nassari with C. And you can find her podcast in iTunes. And most likely she's in Spotify too, Beyond the Couch. Beyond the Couch. Go and find it in iTunes. Okay? So, back to our episode and our topic. I am going to talk to you about what I consider a healthy couple. What are the characteristics of a couple that lasts? I think that couples that last tend to demonstrate affections with not only with their words, but with their actions. They tend to say something and really mean it and follow through their promises. It's not that difficult. It's just to be mindful about what you promise, and vice versa. It's very interesting, but it may be that there is a person in the couple that does everything for the other person, but doesn't have it in words. It doesn't follow with nice words. And sometimes it's really needed because remember, we are visual, we are auditory, we listen, yeah? We have different channels that we process information. And sometimes it's important that you touch enough your partner, that you keep touching, hugging during the day or cuddling during the night or something like that because some people are kinesthetic. They understand love through touching. And some people get overwhelmed by being touched too often. So communication is the important part. But you setting the intention that you are going to be preoccupied and occupied of what is the channel that your partner receives love, and you provide through that channel is going to be very helpful. There is importance to have a balance between your time as a couple and your time as a parents. Because especially the first 3 years of the children, I will say the first 10 years of the children, it's very important that you find and you sneak in the schedule a little time for you and your partner because it's so easy to get focused on parenting and so easy to destroy slowly the relationship. Not surprisingly, I have in the therapy room very often couples that are 10, 13-year-olds together because now their children are teenagers and they find a little better time and they don't find what they like. They don't remember what they like about each other anymore. We can be a very good parents together and doesn't necessarily be a very good couple as a partner. Do things that helps your couple to feel love every day, in everyday life. Don't wait until it's February 14 or until it's her birthday or Christmas or his birthday to do something special. You can do little notes in the lunchbox. You can do little texts. Actually, there is a research that says that when we text more often and when we text, when we text with icons, with emoticons, people tend to have more sex. Okay, go and grab your phone right now and follow through with actions, remember. So genuinely taking care of the person. This is what I mean. If you spend some time thinking how to care for your partner will appreciate and will feel happier with you. And we're going to talk about the balance between taking care of you and your partner, of course, not only about the partner. It's very important to be playful sexually. It's very important to show that you care in a sexual way for your partner. It doesn't need to be in public. Actually, most of the couples, they don't like to be in public. Most of the partners sometimes. You need to check with your partner how is that he or she likes. But definitely keep an interesting sexual life. Next week, I'm going to talk to you about a podcast for that. So keep romance is important. You say, wow, what about romance? We are already married. We already have children. That's like nonsense, yeah. But flowers, gifts, appointments, dates, just to go for dinner or something like that, it will help you to keep healthy the relationship. And you say, well, my partner doesn't like flowers. You know what I mean, yeah. You go and find what you like or what your partner like. Chocolate, flowers, little gifts. Something doesn't need to be something expensive or extravagant or, I don't know, doesn't need to be anything like big thing. know the other person. And it's very important to realize that if the person loves me, doesn't necessarily need to be guessing what I need or what I want. Actually, take away the need to be guessed for. Because if you think that your partner will love you because it finishes your sentences, because it gets what you need, and blah, 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 this is for Hollywood. This is not for real life. And in real life, we are too busy with so many things in our head. So if you want flowers and you want that particular set of flowers, you can tell your partner, I want those flowers, yeah? Or I want chocolates instead of flowers. Or I want that instead. Or I like this kind of wine. I think it's a waste of time when you start arguing, why you didn't bring the wine that I like? Why you don't do that? Because for me, it's a waste of time, because you could be saying thank you for the person, what they brought, and you can take the time to clarify and say, by the way, the next time, this is the wine that I like. Probably you need to choose a better time for that, but it's still nice to say it. What are the conversations that help a couples to live harmoniously? First of all, it's very important to find the best moment. You don't want to have a meaningful conversation when you guys are getting ready the children for school, or when the mother-in-law is there in front of you, when family members, or when your partner is scared because he's getting the diagnosis from the doctor, or you know what I mean. You don't want to get a meaningful conversation in a very difficult time. You want to wait for the special moment that you have plenty of attention from your partner. You can request the attention from your partner. This is tough. What I'm going to say is tough to do because we have so much busy lives. But if you can manage to dedicate 20 to 30 minutes a day to your partner, and let me tell you why it's not that difficult. That time can be when you guys already send the children to school and you can sit and have a breakfast together, or when you go for a walk, or when you have tea during the evening time. Every moment, think about it. Probably you will spend 20 minutes in Facebook, yeah? Or probably you will spend 20 minutes watching something, or reading a novel, or I don't know, you probably will spend these 20 minutes doing something. And probably you will enjoy spending that time with your partner. Everybody needs time alone. But this kind of doing together something will help you to stay healthy in your relationship. Balance is the key. If during the day you manage to have 10 minutes together, very beautiful 10 minutes, that's good. 5 minutes, that's good. But manage to do something every day for you and your partnership. There are always opportunities to do meaningful connections. And those meaningful connections, try not to talk about problems in the marriage. If you want to talk about something that is bothering you, you can even make a date for it. You can say, I really want to talk to you, nothing to be worried, something a little more that we can dedicate serious time to it. But what about Friday, or what about this weekend, or what about if I invite you for dinner or something like that? So when you have meaningful time during the everyday, it's important to keep it relaxed and simple and light about it. And don't forget, there is always the opportunity to go and take couples therapy. Because when you take couples therapy, the third person, which is the counselor, will have the opportunity almost to translate. Sometimes I find myself translating what the person wanted to say, or helping the person to get a better sentence or a better way to say it. So sometimes it's actually the Couples Institute suggests for maintenance, we can go 5 times a year to couples therapy. So find a therapist that you like. It's very important that you ask the therapist how long you have been working with couples. And don't be afraid to ask, what are the results that you get? How many sessions on average do you think we may need? And no answers are set in stone. Don't take it for absolute answers, because the person in the phone is interviewing you, is kind of assessing the situation but doesn't know you. So once they know you better, probably they have a better sense of what you need. But it's good to answer all of those questions. What kind of experience you have in that? Because couples and family therapy are actually more interesting and require much more skills. I think we have it backwards in this country. In this country, you get first marriage and family therapies with less years of school and less years of experience, and then you get more to do individual therapy. In my country, in Mexico, it's backwards. You get first individual and then you need to do specializations for marriage and couples therapy because it's way more complex. Yeah. So don't go by the name. Go and ask the person if they really have special courses for that. Yeah. And how many years of experience they have. The Gottman Institute give us 7 steps for enriching conversation. They say take turns. Almost like in the school, one of my teachers used to have the talking stick. Sometimes if you tend to argue a lot as a couple, have something that you exchange, and only when you have that object you can talk. Try to listen. A lot of the healthy conversations starts by listening. Try to understand what your partner has to say. When we are in a heated conversation, it's not easy, yeah? But if you practice healthy ways of conversation, you don't need to get that often to a difficult conversation. Show compassion. It's important that you show kindness and compassion with your partner in a conversation. And very important, don't give unsolicited solutions. For us, sometimes when I go with my friends and we talk and we can talk for hours and we drink tea and we drink something and blah, 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 and we just share and nobody gives answers to anybody. Or probably we come out with answers that probably we will never get to the reality, but we feel listened and validated. That's very important. And probably when guys get together and they just talk less and they give solutions to each other and that's it, yeah? So don't give solutions when your partner only wants to feel validated or listened to. Express your support and validate his or her emotions. It's extremely important that you don't argue with their emotions. If the person says, I am very angry, you don't say, oh, come on, I was not. No, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. If he's very angry, you can say, I understand you feel angry. And this is what I have to say. Yeah. So this is the way to validate. Putting yourself on the side of your partner, or in therapy, we call it empathy. Or like be in the shoes of the other person. Having some empathy for the person will help you. Sometimes you need to think about this person, my partner, has 3 kids, it was during the day cooking, or it was during the day working hard, or it was driving in the highway for an hour. It's like, I just will let go. If the person is coming from driving from 1 hour in the traffic and is overwhelmed, and I want for them or for him or her to pay attention to me, it's not nice. Yeah, most likely you will not get it anyway. Adopt the position, it says the Gottman Institute, something that I like. Adopt the position that we are against the world, that we are together against the world. That's very nice. Because sometimes your partner comes and tells you some story about a coworker or something, and you say, yeah, I am on your side. I know, I understand. Yeah, mean. And then you feel validated and good, and you can laugh about it. And probably the person doesn't need that much than that. Be affectionate, of course. It's very important to be affectionate. Be physically affectionate. Can you believe there are many couples after many years that they don't touch each other anymore? They don't know what does mean touching anymore. They don't give a massage anymore to each other. They don't touch their hands anymore. Not surprisingly, they get into an external relationship when somebody comes and touches them nicely or look at them nicely. Yeah, I will not be surprised. So do your homework is what I mean to say. Do your homework on the physical department as well. Let's talk about social etiquette. Let's talk about acceptance on a healthy couple. let's talk about acceptance, because first of all, you need to realize that there are some things that your partner will never change. This is how he or she is. Now we have more than 2 genders. This is how the person is. Sometimes, or most of the time. And most of the time you knew that when you met that person and you decided to enter the relationship and to stay in the relationship. So I have a video in self-deception. You can go and work with yourself if the partner has something that you don't really like. If you are in a relationship with somebody who is alcoholic or something that is difficult that you don't like, workaholic, or that person never takes you seriously, or is always in an extramarital relationship or something like that, or doesn't take care of your finances. If you have something that, there is domestic violence involved, and you don't like that about that person, it's very important to start thinking about leaving the relationship, because you will be setting yourself for disappointment. I am not advocating for relationships to end or for divorce. Of course not. I am a couples therapy. I want couples to be happy, healthy, and together. But sometimes it's just like, what are you doing here? And why you stay in the first place? Yeah, sometimes it's really important to understand that your happiness is not there. And to understand that nobody is the container for your happiness. Nobody. You need to be the source of your happiness. You by yourself. And then share your happiness in a relationship. So I developed something in Spanish that I call it confiancitas. I still don't know how to translate in English that part, but this is how I will describe it to you, and you put the word whatever you want to put. We are very nice with our coworkers, with our boss, with the neighbors or whatever. We can smile and say thank you and please and excuse me and sorry and blah, blah, blah. And we don't do that for our partner. Sometimes we treat our partner with more kind of this near something like this nearness that is unpleasant. Yeah? You will be surprised. I have couples that bring to the session the topics, or the partner doesn't keep the social etiquette. They are rude or they are disgusting in front of the person. You don't need to be that in front of your partner. You can still keep the elegancy around your partner. It doesn't mean that your partner will never see you without makeup, but it means that you can put a little more effort and get pretty for your partner, or you can help around the house and get the house better, or you can close the door when you are in the bathroom or something like that. Just little things like that help you guys to live better in the same space. To respect private spaces, to respect conversations and private information. It's extremely important that you respect privacy. So many couples that I have, one of their arguments is because he or she opened their email or their text or went into their profile, in the social media profile, or something without their permission and knowledge. And that really hurts the relationship. As a couples therapy, I think about the relationship as an entity itself. There is you, there is your partner, and there is a relationship. And for me, is to advocate about the relationship. The relationship is like a plant that you put water, that you take care, yeah, like a pet. This is the relationship. So sometimes those kind of things, not being courteous, not being elegant, not being mindful about how you move around your partner, will damage the relationship more than you may think. Now let's talk about admiration. I took this topic of admiration from a Mexican psychologist. Actually, it's in Spain, it's not Mexican, but in Spanish, I mean. Psychologist from Spain, I think. Her name is Maite Saavedra. She's a psychologist, and she did a whole blog entry in admiration, and I like it. So I'm going to share something, of course, combined with whatever I think, yeah? I'm going to share something about admiration. Admiration is a very important ingredient in a relationship. It's important that you admire something of your partner and you keep admiring something of your partner through the years. So you need to think about it. Sometimes you need to foster that. Yeah, sometimes you need to just keep your memory fresh. So we are going to talk about how to foster admiration in your relationship. First of all, it's important to keep away the false modesty. If your partner gives you a compliment, you can say thank you. Accept compliments and say thank you. Sometimes this is very difficult. But if your partner start practicing to give you compliments and you say, oh, no, that's not the truth. That's not true. Oh, it really is true, blah, blah, blah. Then you are wasting precious time and you are wasting the partner's will to keep going the way they are doing. So many compliments or compliment intentions have died because the person don't know how to receive them. And then it becomes a history in the relationship that, oh, it doesn't matter how I say it or the way I say it, that she or he will not understand me. It's important to create your own space, dedicating time for you and your hobbies. That will keep you interesting to the eyes of your partner. I want to tell you a saying in Spanish, and then I will repeat that saying in English. Or I will kind of explain in English because it's not difficult to translate. It's not easy to translate. The saying is, date a deseo y olerás a poleo. Date a cada rato y olerás a caca de gato. It says something like this. Give your time sporadically and you will smell like mint. Give your time every time and you will smell like cat poop. Yeah? So this is a saying in Spanish that I learned from my grandma. My grandma was very particular about teaching me how to date. She wanted for me to value myself, yeah? And she said, Carmen, you cannot be available for everything every time. You cannot be behind the guy all the time. You need to be interesting. So you want to smell like mint. Yeah, actually poleo is kind of one of the family of the mint plants, and it smells really nice. If you take the poleo and smell it in your nose and in your fingers, it really smells really nice. So she told me that when she was having always poleo, we always have poleo in our home. And she said, you give yourself every time and you are like kind of on top of the guy and you are overwhelming the person, you will smell like cat poop. And that makes some sense. Yeah, it really makes sense. It's important that you have your own life. You don't want to go and cling onto your partner's life because you will become tedious, boring. You have no surprises, nothing to discover about you. So keep a little bit distance. Keep a little bit novelty or mystery. Don't keep mysteries in big things. It's not nice to keep a mystery if you have an extra relationship. That's not nice. Don't keep mysteries in something that will damage or change the relationship. But little mysteries, or go and paint all by yourself, spend time with your friends. If you have friends and have really quality time with your friends, you will become a more interesting partner. If you have a hobby and you pursue your hobby, if you have something to do with yourself, come on. Actually, most of my classmates, when we were doing the PhD, we were so busy in graduate school doing our PhD. Most of them, or most of us, got a relationship, a lasting relationship. Some of us got married at the end of the PhD because we were interesting and sexy. Yeah, when you are busy in your life and you do something interesting and you enjoy and you are passionate, you are like a magnet for other person to like you. Not only a couple, everybody to like you and to be interested in what you are doing. So, very opposite of what we may think for years, if you focus on yourself and your goals and your passions, you will be more sexy. So, yeah, it's true. At least I found it true in my life and in the therapy room. Recognize what is positive about your partner and say it. Yeah? Stay alert and say positive things. Stay alert about your negative thinking. Negative thinking kills everything. Yeah? But especially kills relationships. You can sometimes filter yourself, your own negative thinking. You can say, oh, I am so tired today. I just want to go to bed. I just want to not to talk to anybody. And the partner comes and say, can we go for a movie? And you say, what the hell? Yeah, I don't want to go for a movie. But you may filter and you say, oh, maybe tomorrow, or maybe we do something else, or let me just rest for now and I will be with you later. Or just, and say, I really appreciate that you have the idea. Probably it's not for me right now. Yeah, very different than the first sentence. So don't be short on compliments, and especially be very sincere about compliments. This is what this psychologist, Maite Saavedra, shared with us. It's important that the compliment is sincere and is loud and clear. Actually, you can be very specific about compliments. It's very different to say, you are a good person, I like you because you are a good person. Very different to say, I really like you because you treat kindly your coworkers, or because you are very kind with your family, or because you really enjoy cooking, or this different. That person will feel better about a specific compliment. Be very aware or not praise somebody when it's for your convenience. My mom, when I was a child, would say, oh, my dear daughter, you clean the dishes so well. And I knew the next sentence will be, will you wash the dishes today? So I hated it. It was not nice, because as soon as I say, oh, my dear daughter, what you want, mom? And you don't want to create that environment in a relationship. Be happy. Actually, make us attractive. Play, dance, watch funny movies, comedy, etc. Do something that makes you happy. I want to share a story with you. When I was a child, my parents, when I was a child, we were very poor. But my parents were really happy and they laugh a lot of the time. They very often laugh. So we have a long house, a long patio, and it was like just empty patio. It was nothing else built in the house. Yeah. So they have plenty of room. So at 6 a.m, my mom will wake up with my dad to prepare the lunch for him. Yeah. The meal that he will take to work. And they were cooking, or my mom was cooking and my dad was getting ready or whatever. And then around 6:30 or 7, my dad will be ready to leave. And my dad say, okay, I'm leaving, kiss me goodbye. And my mom say, what? Reach me if you can. Yeah? And she will start running all over the patio. And my dad, if he wanted the kiss, he needed to find her. Yeah. And we were sometimes sleepy. I was a child, I remember. I was like, oh, come on. It was not nice to listen. But it was always a happy moment. As a child, it's a happy memory to see your parents laughing and enjoying themselves together. So I didn't mind all the noise that they did, but it was just funny. It was just fun and very reassuring as a child to see them laughing, running, hugging, these kind of things. Up until today, they are old couple now, and they go together. They hold hands to go together most of the times everywhere, or to the church or to the market or something. So that was a very nice and reassuring as a kid. And this is what I mean. When you are happy and you share that happiness with your partner, you always share, this is kind of this bright light that permeates in all your social life, to your children, to your community. Actually, happy couples tend to be more creative in the community, tend to give more to the community. So there are 3 sources of admiration. Mystery. We talk about mystery. Remember the example of reach me if you can. That's quite a little playful mystery there. Not being always so available, so everything transparent to your partner. Keep some mystery for yourself. Novelty means keep fresh ideas, new experiences in your daily life, new ways, new something. Always keep something new. Bring new ideas to your partnership. And the third ingredient for admiration, you may be surprised by the third ingredient is self-appreciation. Has nothing to do with your partner. It has to do with your own admiration for yourself. If you have a list of your talents and what you are truly are in this relationship, so you will more freely enjoy your partnership and you will be less needy and clingy, and you will need less from your partner to motivate you or to compliment you or whatever. It's nice when it comes, but you will not be in emotional need for it. So self-appreciation is a very good source for admiration in a relationship. That was the topic for today. I really hope you had, because probably by the time you see this video, it was already past the February 14, you had an amazing Valentine's Day, and keep the Valentine's Day spirit for the rest of the year. It's like Christmas. It's like many other, remember, it's not the day. We just celebrate that day, but we want to celebrate life together every day. If you are in a healthy relationship, in a happy relationship, just enjoy it to the world, because we need more of that. If you are finishing one, congratulations, because probably you are on the way now finally to get a better one. And if you don't have a relationship and you feel that it's not your department and you are not lucky in that sense, get to work on yourself. Get to work on yourself, because that will help you to be that source for yourself, to be in love with yourself, be interested in yourself, and be interesting to others. So, in any way, probably some sessions will help you. There is always plenty of therapists. You can go to the internet and find therapists. You can go also to my website and find services there. To many of my colleagues of the podcast, there is always more than you think, more simple than you think. Okay? Well, bye for now, and until the next episode.
We have ended one more episode of Emotions in Harmony. See you the next one, when Dr. Carmen Roman will help us to have a more fulfilled life caring for ourselves and the ones we care for. Meanwhile, visit www.emotionsinharmony.com to see the show notes, subscribe, and enjoy more content.